Yo, dudes.
What
man.
up?
How are you guys?
God damn, you sound incredible.
Yeah, I want to go ahead and start off by saying you're using a mic, so you're a step ahead of most guests we've had.
I'm glad to hear it.
All right, check.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. All right, nice. All right. Are you only getting out a left ear?
No, I'm good. I got
Okay,
everything.
cool. Good. All right, Mike. So glad you're here, dude.
What up, guys? How are you guys?
Been waiting for a long time for this. Very
Thank
excited.
thank you for giving me an extra few minutes to poop, man. I had the last few times I've appeared on people's podcasts, I get worked up. So right as I feel like it's about to start, I got to run upstairs and I got to unload.
Well, full disclosure, our computer is a huge piece of shit. And
Yeah.
this we're doing this off of a $230 fucking Walmart HP
From like 6 years ago.
from
probably.
6 years ago. And
We got a new one coming, Christmas present to ourselves.
yeah,
So.
it's one of those things where like you'll hit a tab or something and it'll take like 30 minutes for it to respond.
Oh, Christ, man. Dude, there was the last computer I had was similar to that. And I did a Zoom podcast, and the internet speed, every now and again I would comment and then it would speed up, so it sounded like I was talking like I was on meth.
Yeah.
And it was a fucking nightmare because I would hear people, but then when I would respond, it would be delayed by like 3 seconds, and it was not even worth doing.
Yeah, this one does weird shit like that too. It's fucking horrific. All right, you ready to get into this motherfucker? Hey, are you really a Marine?
Yeah.
I didn't fucking know that. God damn.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
It's feels like a fucking lifetime ago, man.
Oh, did you already start recording?
Yeah, we're good.
Oh,
We've
fuck.
been recording this whole thing.
All right. And
Goddamn professional. Always be recording.
welcome to the Rushmore podcast. My name's Pepper.
My name's Thomas.
It's a podcast where we take our Mount Rushmore of any given topic and we talk shit about it for about an hour or so. And this week we have you might know him from Dad Me. You might know him from the United States Marine Corps. You might know him from stand-up comedy. You might know him from just being a handsome motherfucker that does jujitsu. His name is the Rain Train, Michael fucking Rainey.
Oh, guys, thank you for having me. Thomas, I got to say, man, like you look like a 10 years younger version of me.
Hey, I'll fucking take it, and I'll
Cool,
enjoy
man.
it.
Dude.
I'm not in the Marines, though. Were you in the Marines 10 years ago?
Over 20. Yeah, I went
Okay.
in 99, so.
Oh, wow.
I was about to say, I'll go sign up right fucking now. Get where you're at in 10
It's kind of a
years.
fucked up time to join because 99, everything was chill as fuck. And then I think it was around September in 2001, everything kind of changed.
Well,
Yeah. The Earth, Wind, and Fire song, it just sent everybody in to go sign up.
but you were in there before all that happened. So all these new fucking idiots that were coming in to defend their country, like, dude, I've been like, I'm the fucking old bag here, dude.
Yeah, people that actually did real things. Like I was just a fucking dickhead who went in on weekends and got drunk on duty when I was supposed to be fucking guarding shit.
See, we need those people though. It takes
Yeah.
all types.
that's America.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
thank
America.
you. That makes me feel good.
That's-
Dude, Pepper, your hair is incredible, dude.
Thanks, man.
God damn.
I want to clean it up for him. Not like,
dude, I
not
got
get
it
rid of
cleaned
it.
up.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I got it cleaned up Monday.
Cannot
Tuesday.
tell. It looked exactly the same as the last
Well,
episode.
I went in and I've had the same hairdresser for probably about 3 years now. And
Yeah, I know her. She talked to me about Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
That's when I saw her.
and I took my hat off and she was like, "Oh my God, what did you do?"
Yeah.
And I explained to her that I lost an MMA bet. I bet on what's the guy's name?
I don't remember.
Makachev. What's the guy?
Huh?
Against Gerald Mershart.
Chimaev?
Chimaev. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I bet on Mershart. And I
Mhm.
was very confident. I was like, dude, the guy's got like 14 submissions in the UFC. He's not going to fucking lose to this new kid who just showed up. 10 seconds.
And he knocks him the fuck
Yeah.
out, too.
And we did a hair bet. So dude came over to my house. Never cut hair a goddamn day in his life. He's
Yeah.
like 20 years old.
Where did you find him?
He's a guy that I did his podcast, and we started talking about MMA, and he had all this fucking hype behind the new kid. And I was like, man, he's a flash in the pan, dude. He's a 2020 guy.
Oh, damn, dude. You know, going back to your podcast and MMA, within weeks of, I saw that you had Paul Felder on, and he is the fucking man.
Oh, yes.
Dude, I live in his neighborhood, and within weeks of like him being on your show and me seeing that, I saw him walking around the neighborhood with his wife and daughter. But I felt so embarrassed to like say hello while he was with his family that I just didn't say anything. And I still feel embarrassed because of the way that I just stared at him without saying anything.
Dude, he would. I guarantee you, he would. Well,
I think he'd do dad meat. If
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He would definitely do it, dude.
If the I mean the way we got him though, I mean he was quarantined in the hotel. So he basically we tried to get him for a long time. He ignored every attempt. And then I started posting all these GIFs and just like about how sad I was that he wasn't responding to me. And one of them was like, this is me in Paul Felder's DM. And it was a guy shooting a basketball and just missed it by like 5 yards. And he was like, you know, I didn't have anything better to do. And that one actually made me laugh. So I was like, yeah, fuck it. I'll do this shit. And then he was the coolest fucking dude in the world. Now, has he said a word to us since that day?
No.
Of course not. But it was a great fucking time talking to him.
See, nobody does this podcast willingly. Everybody gets bullied.
They get bullied
this podcast. Wear people down. Everybody's like, "Oh, how did you get this person?" It's like, well, if you saw the DMs that we sent before they actually responded, it's fucking embarrassing.
Step 1 is ask.
Yeah.
Step 2 is keep asking.
Yeah.
Step 3 is if they say no, move on. But if they don't say no, be persistent and annoy the shit out of them.
Yeah.
You got to tell us no.
Who has been your dream guest?
Daniel Cormier.
You could get him.
His is Daniel Cormier. Mine is Henry Winkler.
Is it a Happy Days fascination or
not at all? I don't think I've ever seen it.
Well, never mind. Hey, heads up. I don't know what it's going to happen, but I am going to shoehorn a "Is it fair to say" somewhere in this podcast.
I would love it.
I've been training for it all day, and you're the pro level, and I'm just a young buck and like juvie or no, not juvie. What's he?
You're the young buck Jew.
Yeah.
That's your fucking
That's what they
superhero
call
name.
me on the street,
dude. That's a great wrestling name, dude.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Right. I'll get it tattooed on my ass tomorrow.
Young buck Jew with the mullet.
I'm gonna try, dude.
Now, have you hit up Cormier?
Oh well, so. If he ever opens, he has not read his Instagram DMs, but if he ever opens his Instagram DM from us, it is going to be like 6 videos of Pepper and his cat begging him to do the show, and then a bunch of like, hey man, what the fuck else you doing? Do the show. You'll do it with Ariel, but you won't talk to us. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah. And I know he's a nice guy. I don't think he.
That's why we want him. I think he would be fucking great on Rushmore.
Oh, he's the man.
Oh yeah. But Henry Winkler, I just don't really know how to contact him.
He seems like the kind of guy like you have to write a letter to.
Yeah.
And I will. But if I need his address, I bet you could probably find like his people online, like an address to send him a fucking letter. Like we'll get it to him. They never do, but you feel good because you sent it.
People's people don't give a shit about us, though.
Yeah, I'll get my wife to write him a letter. Make it really pretty.
Trevor Bauer turned us down recently. That's pretty interesting.
He just said no, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, his manager did.
You know what? That saves a lot of time, though. Like if somebody can just flat out give you no.
Dude, not only do we love a good no, when Trevor told us no, I called Pepper and I was like, hey, guess who turned us down? Like I was excited that we got a no. I'm like, this is fucking cool, right? Trevor Bauer said he's not doing the show.
Were they cool about it, though?
Yeah. They were just like, because he's huge on social media right now. He's fucking funny and shit. And they were like overwhelming ask for him to be on shows and podcasts. And we're really limiting like what national shows he does and stuff like that. So we're just going to have to pass. Good luck with your show, all this stuff. I was like, that's fucking cool. Patton Oswalt gave us like a headed letter like, hey, man, I politely declined.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. My favorite no was Patton Oswalt.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, Ratatouille, dude. Fuck
yeah, I don't think anybody's rudely been like, what the fuck are you talking about? We're not doing it. But we've gotten some good no's. Some no's I'm proud of.
Any hateful no's?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think we've gotten any of those. Ben Askren told us not yet.
There's only one person on our shit list, and it's Ian Edwards.
Oh, yeah, we'll say that. Now, all right, yeah, I'll just talk about it, I guess. We both really enjoy Ian Edwards. Think he's very funny. I've seen him live a couple times. Great fucking stand-up. All the things. We've been watching at my house. We've been watching reruns of Punk because on YouTube, just like the clips, we don't watch the full fucking show. Fuck MTV. But they have the like a bunch of old wrestlers and pop stars and shit that my daughters know, so they'd never heard of Punk and they think it's the coolest thing in the world. But Ian Edwards was on Punk and Andrew Santino.
Huh.
And so you just see them fucking as background actors over and over again as like security guards and shit. So we like Ian Edwards is the point. Now, he
Mhm.
agreed to do the show. He rescheduled like 3 times. And then he was like day of, like an hour before, he was like, he's like, I want to do it, but I don't really feel inspired by you guys, is what he said.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah, we'll do it next week. And this is the third time he had rescheduled, and it was like right before the show.
Yeah.
And then we were just like,
Wow.
all right, well, we're just not going to respond to that. Like, we're done here. We're fucking done here. And it's like, it's Ian Edwards. And like I said, we enjoy him. We
Mhm.
thought it would be a good show.
Yeah.
But it's like, what kind of like
But
cock
if
fucking
you,
thing is
if
that?
you
to say?
cross us, die in a fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Hitler. Ian Hitler Edwards.
I'm with you because I think no matter what stage of whatever it is that anybody's engaging in, at least be respectful of people's time. If you don't want to do it, just say you don't want to do it.
Yep.
But if you're getting to the point where you're playing games with people's times, then it just becomes just disrespectful. And at that point, like, why not just fucking say no and get it over with?
Yeah.
I'd rather you like be mean, like be really mean, than like fuck around.
Yeah.
And beat around the bush for a while.
Right.
I 100% would understand like a good go fuck yourself. Why would I ever do that?
Yeah.
As opposed to, yes, I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not inspired, which is the stupidest fucking thing to say.
That's out there, man.
Yeah, I'm like, do you want me to send you some quotes? Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do to get you up for a podcast? Write you a poem?
Well, fuck us. We are fat gay retards. Michael
That is-
Rainey is here, and
Very true.
that's the person that people really want to fucking hear.
Yeah.
I just wanted to, from the jump, Philadelphia in 2020, as far as comedy goes, and I understand that you guys have been doing comedy for a very long time, but I was opened up to the world this year, and holy shit. I mean, Philadelphia as a whole is just a fucking home run of a fucking comedy place, especially with the podcast and everything. Y'all, fucking Matt and Shane. There's another guy has a podcast called Pin 15, fucking Two Jack Bros. Like, it's all just out of this world. Why?
I don't know, dude. It's been that way since I feel like I was little, in regards to so many different like fucking sports too. We've had like pro athletes, Olympians, like from this area.
Rocky.
Rocky was in there. We had Smarty Jones, or even the horses are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I don't know what it is, but especially like with comedy, it's just, I think a few people get good, and at that point, people see what's possible. Like, I know for me, when I was a few years in, I saw John McKeever start doing what he did, and he was making all kinds of fucking funny shit, and it wasn't just relying upon stand-up. For him, it was making funny videos on his own, because it always felt up until that point that you needed somebody to co-sign you and to say, okay, you can do this. But John was the first person I saw that was just like, okay, I have a funny idea and I'm going to see it through to fruition. And at that point, that kind of raised the bar for everybody else. And then people became friendly with each other. And John's such a cool guy that, so many of us were able to kind of like, lump in with him. And we became friends and we did a ton of cool shit together. And then that just spawns more people trying to do more and more.
Yeah, it does seem like you guys have a little bit of a resentment to L.A. and New York, and you're like, we don't need you motherfuckers.
Jacket.
Yeah, I think he did that on purpose to offend me. I'm pretty sure he did that on purpose to offend me, because he knows that I'm a massive fucking Braves fan.
Dude, Pepper, I swear, oh my God, I wish I just had my titty out now over the logo instead of having this fucking thing zipped up. I apologize. So please don't take any offense to that.
So what are your team? Are you a Philadelphia sports guy? What are your teams?
I am, yeah. I just love going to Los Angeles, and when I went out there a few summers ago, I went to a Dodgers game, and I've just always been in love with Dodger Stadium. So the Dodgers are kind of like, being that they were doing well this year and the Phillies were shit, I was like, all right, yeah, I hope LA wins. And although I'm sorry, Pepper, I shouldn't bring that up.
Can we all agree on fuck Bryce Harper? Can we come together on that?
I think he'll get traded. So when he gets traded, we will.
Okay. So
right.
Bryce Harper, I'm sorry for you guys, because I really do think, and I'm not just talking shit. I'm not talking shit. I think he ruins every fucking team that he's on. I think he ruined the fucking Nationals. What did the Nationals do whenever he left?
World Series.
I won a goddamn World Series. And I think he is a cancer in the locker room. I think he is legitimately a piece of shit. I do not like him. He's like the only person in sports that I legitimately fucking hate.
So you're saying when the Phillies trade him to Atlanta, the Phillies will win a World Series?
Look at Philly's fucking roster, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about it?
It's really fucking good. They got a lot of young guys.
So they send Bryce to Atlanta, and then Phillies can win a fucking World Series.
I swear to God, and this is a threat if the FBI is listening. I swear to God, you send that little bitch-ass motherfucker to Atlanta, I'm going to kill him. I'm going to find out where he lives. I'm going to burn his goddamn house down. And if he tries to run out the front door, I'm going to shoot him in the face.
All right, Pepper, please just realize you're staring at me as you say this, so I have to pull my knife as a man.
What's the Instagram link for that knife, dude? Those knives are sick.
Well, this is just my regular ass folding knife. I got the good one in my cabinet there. But this awesome dude named Jacob Ahman. It's a JACOBAHMANN made these incredible knives, and like he's always putting really cool shit up there, and he's just somebody who's just really fucking good at what he does, and he just makes them for the sake of making them.
Those are the best fucking people, man.
Dude, I love anybody that's wholeheartedly into whatever it is they do. I'm into. Like you could be directing dog porn, and I would like to learn more about you.
We could be.
Or Shafir would be interested.
Yeah.
There's so many inside jokes that nobody else gets.
Well, yeah. Bert fucks dogs.
Yeah. How did you guys like Mike Vick? We gave you Mike Vick. I mean, we did kind of.
Yeah. Speaking of dog porn.
I mean,
You know what? As far as I guess he was fine, man. You know, it's people do dumb things, and I don't know, man. All right, I just don't know what to say about Michael Vick, man. I've always been on the fence with him, and I think he needs to be smacked on the snoot with the newspaper. Is what I think.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was just thinking Pepper's gonna get us put on a fucking list. He just told the FBI he's gonna murder Bryce Harper. And he told
way worse than that.
I was about to say, and he told Tim Dillon he's going to firebomb Ralph Lauren if he doesn't do the show.
Well, and he almost did do the show, so shut the fuck up.
All right.
Damn. What was I was gonna try to slide a would it be fair to, but I'm just not fucking quick enough. I had one and I was trying to hash it out. It just wasn't fucking working.
I feel like it's coming.
Fuck, marry, kill. Dogs, football players, cats.
Fuck dogs.
Yep.
Marry cats, kill football players.
Yeah, no, that's the right answer.
That is the right
It wasn't
answer.
a trick question.
Thank you.
That's correct. What were you going to say? I was trying to buy you time.
Well, speaking of the birds that Michael Vick played for, people in Philly call penises birds, and I have no fucking idea why.
Dude, it just flows off the tongue. It's very easy.
I agree, but like, why would you call it? And I think it's only in Philly. I don't think I've ever heard anybody else do it.
I haven't either, man. It's just, I don't know. It's something that I remember saying as a kid, and I'm fucking 42.
Yeah.
But do y'all say it as like a regular slang or like a romantic thing?
No.
Is it a sexual slang?
Yeah, I don't know that I'd ever be like, pour that candle wax on my bird.
Yeah.
I don't know that I ever said, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like I'm gonna stick my bird in your cunt. It's like
That
it's
sounds
like
really British.
it's like yeah,
It doesn't sound Philadelphian at all.
Yeah. It's more of a like I'll call you up and be like, "Can you believe I just fucking got my bird caught in the zipper when I was trying to hastily take a piss?"
You nailed it, Pepper.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You guys are fucking weird.
I'm not going to fight with you there, man.
Don't you? Isn't it like a Philadelphia thing to throw batteries at sports event? I always hear that. That's like a cliche thing people say.
That's what. Yeah.
I think a few people did that in one instance.
To Santa Claus, right?
Yeah, and it just, I mean, it caught fire, and then it went from there. But I've seen a lot worse things at Philly sporting events and a lot of other sporting events because I've traveled to go to Eagles games.
I thought you were going to say, like, yeah, that happened once, but it's actually really tame if you go to the Philly games. You're like, no, that's like barely the tip of it.
Dude, it's, I've traveled around a lot to go to Eagles away games, and I could say most cities are similar to Philly. The only city that was overwhelmingly nice was Minneapolis. When the Eagles played the Vikings, like the people could not have been any nicer. But everywhere else I've been to, people have been fucking animals.
Huh. I would think because it's so cold in Minneapolis, I think everybody would be cranky.
It wasn't bad out, and plus it was in the Metrodome then.
The Dome, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's a lot of
They're
families and shit like that.
The one that caved in.
They're happy to not be outside. Yeah, only NFL stadium I've been in is the Superdome, New Orleans. and it wasn't like violent or anything, but it was like an overwhelmingly rowdy feeling the entire fucking time because everybody's drinking all day on Bourbon Street before they get to the fucking game.
Yeah.
So it's a very shit-faced atmosphere, like from the fucking kickoff.
Yeah, New Orleans is a fucking horrible place to, be in any event.
To exist. Yeah.
You ever been to New Orleans?
I have not. I've always wanted to go, and now that I don't do drugs anymore, I don't know that I ever could go there because I would belong to the streets there.
Yeah, I know it's a good place to. Well, there was a whole fucking documentary about that. I forgot that.
What?
There was some. Oh, god damn it! I really don't want to explain an entire fucking documentary.
Yeah, no, don't.
Because that always goes over so fucking well on
podcasts.
podcasts. There was some kid that was doing opiates and he died, and then New Orleans. I don't fucking know.
Okay.
I assume it was somewhere near Mark Norman's mansion.
Well, Drew Brees is a pedophile.
Drew Brees is a pedophile. I wrote a song about it, so jot that down.
Oh, I would love to hear that, man, and I could definitely see that.
Oh, I'll sing it for you right now. Drew Brees is a pedophile.
That's not how it goes at all.
Right.
You just change it every fucking time.
Is that how he got the little brown mark on his cheek from?
I was just thinking that. I was trying to think of a goddamn birthmark joke, and I couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's weird that like nobody ever really brings that up.
Yeah,
it's so fucking evident. I mean, and it looks like a pussy scar. Like it looks like a very it looks like a knife fight scar. Like
somebody burned it with a lighter.
Yeah, and it was always kind of weird that he took a lot of heat for supporting Donald Trump when he's that is the last thing that I thought we'd get popped for, considering he's been constantly doing 5% blackface all these years.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, dude. I've been saying it for years.
I've been looking for new Drew Brees material.
Yeah.
And I'm getting it. And I appreciate it.
Yeah. Even though we're in Mississippi, like an hour and a half away, like it is nothing but fucking Saints fans.
Yeah, it's our closest team, I guess. So everybody's just fucking obsessed, and it's real annoying.
So how did you gravitate toward Atlanta teams?
Oh, I grew up in Georgia.
Yeah, he's from Georgia.
Oh, okay.
I grew up in Georgia, moved down here in 2012. I met some dumb bitch while I was
his wife
on tour with my punk band, and we ended up moving in together, and I've been a roommate ever since.
Yeah. This is a good time. You were running away from that crack addiction. You had a lot of debt, people looking for you. So you just come to Mississippi.
Well, you don't know how accurate you might be.
Thomas, are you from Mississippi?
Yeah, I'm from here, where we're sitting. Not this house, but this city.
Yeah.
Pascagoula, Mississippi. Born in Mobile, Alabama.
It's kind of going slow, man.
Huh?
It's kind of a slow podcast. I feel like we should have brought some more gooder questions.
Gooder questions?
Yeah.
I tried to buy you time with a fuck, marry, kill on the dogs, and you couldn't remember your Michael
true.
Vick thought.
Well, why don't we go here? What other quarterbacks do you think are pedophiles?
Oh, dude, that's easy.
Oh. Do you want to say it at the same time?
Yes.
3,
1, 2, 3.
1.
Joe
Phillip
Flacco.
Rivers. Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, oh, dude, that would be. You know what? If Phillip Rivers is a pedophile, we got to put him in prison.
He's got 11 kids. He can fuck one for every day of the week for almost 2 weeks.
He'd never get tired of fucking them.
Exactly.
He'd switch to another one.
Yeah, he's treating those kids like gremlins, man. He just fucking feed them after midnight, getting them wet.
He looks like Daniel Tosh with Down syndrome.
He does.
I like that guy though, Bolo Tosh.
Can you imagine having
if you take away
Can you imagine having 11 kids and not killing a couple just to make room?
Yeah.
I could imagine that, yeah.
I couldn't.
Yeah, don't kill them, don't fuck them. Those are like the only two things you got to do. If you have 11 kids, they'll defend each other. They'll keep each other alive. Just don't kill them, don't fuck them.
I would get divorced so fucking quick.
You can't divorce your kids.
Oh, I can divorce. Can you imagine a single mother of 11 kids
that's getting child support from Phillip Rivers? Yes, I could imagine that pretty easily.
Yeah, but you could send them down the river. I mean, people in the Bible used to do it all the time.
Yeah. Phillip Rivers.
Rivers. Send him down the Phillip Rivers.
Yeah. He's filling up rivers with children.
Now, Joe Flacco, I don't have any silly jokes about you. You fuck kids, and you need to stop.
He seems like Joe Flacco always has a look on his face like he's very easy to trick.
Yeah, he does. He looks very gullible.
I've heard he's a good guy. Like I've heard
No, you haven't.
Yeah, he seems good.
Y'all have never heard anything about Joe Flacco. You have not heard Joe Flacco's a good guy. Who the
I
fuck
haven't.
told you?
Dude, I've never heard him say more than 15 words. The only time that I heard him speak was at the Super Bowl week.
Yeah, nobody's walking around like Joe Flacco is really nice. He tipped really well or anything. Like, you don't hear that shit.
Yes, you're right.
Joe Flacco, quiet racist.
Ray Rice was his running back. What the fuck does that tell you? Joe Flacco fucks kids.
Yeah. And then anybody who talks, he sends out Ray Rice to shut him up.
Yeah, it's the enforcer.
Yeah.
Ray Rice's wife knew about Joe Flacco fucking kids. You saw what happened to her.
I think Ray Rice has to take the escalator now everywhere he goes. Just to
either that or I don't know. Ray Lewis killed a guy.
Hey, Pepper, you're off today.
Yeah, I am, dude. I don't know what's going on.
Mike, it's a pleasure doing a podcast with you. Should start our own. Pepper, you want to try this with Tim Butterly? Just you and him? Me and Mike will take over from here.
All right. I'm sorry. I do feel like I have a concussion.
We were about to get into Ray Lewis killing somebody.
Yeah. I used to work with a guy who was there. So he did. He killed a guy.
Oh, okay.
What?
Yeah. He stabbed a guy.
Oh, man.
So my friend was a security guard at that club in Atlanta where it happened. And basically nobody really saw like what exactly happened. But whenever the shit went down, everybody at the club was like, holy shit, Ray Lewis just stabbed that motherfucker. And that was the narrative through and through. And apparently he had a fall guy, because that is one thing in the NFL, like when you're a celebrity or whatever, like they always tell you run around with a fall guy. And he had a fall guy, and that motherfucker's doing time now. But
you
Ray
think
Lewis definitely did.
Do you think Phillip Rivers has a child molesting fall guy?
Oh, yeah.
If he doesn't, then he's severely fucking up.
It's fucking Tyrod Taylor. It's his backup.
I don't think it's him.
He's just ready.
I don't think it's him.
You don't think it's him?
So, okay, here's a funny story. Me and my buddy were drinking at a bar in Pascagoula one night. We closed the bar. The bartender went and locked the door so she could clean up and everything. So it's me, my friend, and just some lady that was there, like some 35, 40-year-old lady. And she hasn't really talked the whole night, just kind of listening and shit. We ended up leaving, and we went and sat in my friend's car. And she was like, hey, can I follow you guys? And we're like, sure. I mean, I don't know if she was looking for a gangbang or what was going on, but, she wasn't annoying or anything. So me and my buddy are just trading stories back and forth. And at some point we turned to her and like, hey, what's your fucking deal? And she was like, oh, I'm visiting family down here. We got some stuff going on. It's kind of crazy. We're like what? And she was like, well, it all started 2 months ago. The FBI showed up my door with a warrant, and they came in and seized a lot of stuff. And I was asking a lot of questions they weren't answering. Turns out she had a husband that she was married to for like 15 fucking years. He was a officer in the Air Force, very, very high up. And
would it be fair to say he was high up?
There we go. There we go. Fucking just a chip in, dude. And he was looking at child pornography on his work computer.
Like while he was flying the plane?
Mm-hmm. Not only that, like it wasn't like so he had like external hard drives that were like full of child porn. He wasn't like a hobbyist.
The effort that would take.
Yeah. He was an enthusiast.
External hard drive.
And she had no idea. And it completely, I mean, obviously you're going to get kicked out of the Air Force. You can't be fucking flying planes with like little baby boners on your fucking brain. So it like completely ruined her fucking life. He's going to prison for like a very long time. And she was just trying to piece her life back together. We're like, Jesus Christ, lady, you should have spoke up a little bit sooner, or I would have bought you a fucking beer, dude. 15 years they were fucking married. She had no idea.
Imagine being a psychologist that has to treat baby boners on the brain.
Oh, dude.
Where do you even start with that?
With a 9mm.
Yeah.
You just tell them to look at a pretty painting and just poof.
Dude, in regards to baby boners on the brain, we had a training once at work. I work in education, and we had a guy come in who was from he was a psychologist who treated sex offenders, and he showed us a video on a sex offender describing how he victimized these kids. And then after the presentation, the guy says, with treatment, offender. I forget the number he gave, but it was like a certain amount that are likely to not reoffend. And somebody asked, like, how does he know they're not reoffending? He's like, well, they tell us.
Oh.
And I saw the same thing. There's a Vice documentary where they do the same thing, where he's like, yeah, with treatment, pedophiles can not offend, but still be attracted to children. And the guy asked, well, how do you know they're not doing that to children? He's like, oh, they tell us they're not.
They're like, part of pedophilia is they're just really honest guys.
Yeah, they are. They're straight shooters.
Yeah.
They're straight diddlers.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't believe that for a goddamn second.
No,
I think,
not at all.
I mean, I'm sure you have like weird shit that you're into that you constantly look up on Pornhub, and so do I. Hey, let's all embrace it. We're all fucking weird. We all like girlfarts.com. You tell me you don't have a fucking subscription to that website. You know, let's be honest, dude. We all have, scat porn comes up and you're like, didn't think I would like this, but hey, turns
Scat
out
porn?
this is 100% what I meant. I'm just saying this is stuff that we all deal with every day.
Okay.
It's
Dude.
just standard things.
It's to the point where I can only come if I'm watching Gray Rice beat up a girl in an elevator.
Thank you. So, and there's no amount of therapy that's gonna beat that out of you. The way he beat that into her.
Did they ever say what she said to him?
Joe Flacco fucks children, so now I'm going to tell the FBI.
I thought
He's like, not on my fucking watch. That's my quarterback.
I think she said, "Hey, Mason Rudolph called you the N-word."
I think Mason Rudolph was like 13.
That makes it even worse. It was on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever gone through your Twitter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go through years.
Dude,
That's hilarious.
when it looked like the show that we were involved with, McKeever, was going to get picked up by Comedy Central, there was a time where it was like oh yeah, we're getting ready. So I was like, all right, let me go on social media, because I had some very spicy things from, especially up until about 2014.
On Perks.
Yeah, dude. On Perks, before Perks, and I went through, especially on Twitter, because you could search up specific words.
Yep.
And find tweets with those words in them, and it took me like 3 days to get rid of everything that I thought could have ended up fucking me over.
Yeah. So one thing that I did on Facebook, so you know how Facebook will have like the memories thing?
Mm-hmm.
What I did, it'll show you everything you've posted on that day. What I did for about a year and a half, I went on there every single day and I went through, and I had no idea the shit that I said in 2009. Like, hey, somebody that we know might have said the N-word with an A 15 times. Not me.
That was Peppa.
You can't
it's
find proof
Peppa
of
with
that.
an A.
Yeah. You can't find proof of that. Yeah, Pepper with a hard ER. That's a good one. I need to start.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good. There's the legs there.
That's how we
There's
get
something there.
So we get high-level talent like fucking Mike Radio on this podcast to open our eyes to jokes that have just been here for 30 years.
Dude, ironically, 2009 was a big year for me too, with those kind of things.
It was hot, dude. No Ceilings just came out. You know? I mean, Put On by Young Jeezy was just hot on the streets.
Oh man, wow! What a! Did you watch the versus battle?
Well, yeah, I had made it very clear my allegiance before that happened. So whenever it went down, it was pretty goddamn embarrassing for me because I'm Scoochie all the way, but he really dropped the ball on me.
Yeah, that surprises me too, because Jeezy's fucking ATL, isn't he?
They both
Making
are.
that up?
He's
Oh, they both are.
Jeezy's from South Carolina, but I guess he claims ATL. Gucci is like straight up East Atlanta fucking. He's East Atlanta Santa. Set the price on the snow.
Yeah, I never got it. I never got into Gucci. He was so popular when I was in high school. It's all everybody fucking listened to, and I just never could fucking get into it.
One thing that I have noticed since I came down here is hip hop, especially, is extremely regional.
Oh yeah.
Because I guarantee you, nobody in Columbus, Georgia, knows who the fuck Kevin Gates is.
Where's he from? New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a Kevin Gates guy either.
And Lil Boosie is
New Orleans.
fucking horrible unless you're people from down here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
INNDBFR. He just spells a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
With a really high voice.
Hey, in a spelling bee, he fucking.
I'll take Boosie over fucking
Oh,
anybody
dude.
in a rap spelling bee.
I mean, he's the
Give me
NFL.
Boosie and Fergie every fucking day.
But yeah, Atlanta rap was the only thing anybody listened to.
Outcast.
I didn't hear a Dr. Dre song until I was like fucking 17.
That's fucking stupid.
Say it was
that's
good
silly.
Thomas, were you a rap guy?
Yeah, I would say so. I'm also a new metal guy. Pepper doesn't even really know what it is. We'll get into that in a little bit.
That brings up a question. So I posted in the Dad Meets thing and asked, does anybody have any questions? And the best question that we got out of that is, what is new metal? That was asked by Eric Todd. What is new metal to you?
Eric, oh, it's me?
Your
Man.
interpretation.
To me personally, it marks my transition from wigger to young man.
Ooh, that's a good, yeah. Now, I'm glad you brought up wiggers because there's something that you may not be aware of. It is a genre of music called wigger slam. Have you ever heard of it?
I have not, but I want to.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
I will.
There's a lot of white rap in new metal.
Okay, this is an article called "Everything You Need to Know About Wigger Slam Metal." We talk about wigger slam metal a lot here on Metal Inquisition, but there's still a lot of confusion as to blah 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 blah. What is wigger slam? Slam metal is just death metal that focuses on mosh parts instead of thrash parts. This is very straightforward. The key elements are very ringy snare, guttural cricket vocals, and of course, tons of slam riffs. They also go into the background of Guido slam metal. Everybody has heard of that. And then you got bands like Devourment. That is a Texas wigger slam metal band. So let's look up Devourment real quick and give you a little taste.
Now, does the wigger connotation come in that after they're done moshing, they all take the bus home together?
Yeah, I think so. And I think you got old guys that stand on the corner while they're getting on the bus like, is them long, short pants or short, long pants?
How what would a typical wigger look like down by you guys?
That's a good question. Jay's for sure.
It depends on when. Right now, face tattoos definitely.
Yeah,
because that's what's hot.
They're still rocking the 3XL shirts.
Yeah, big shirts. I would say not really J's as much as like imitation, like knockoff J's.
Oh, like K-Swiss? Do they still make K-Swiss?
No, it probably has Jordan on it, but he's
know.
doing like a full split instead of a dunk.
Yeah.
Like it's a knockoff. It's something they ordered offline for fucking $60.
Newports. I feel like that's a universal
Yeah, it's got to be
wigger
menthol
trait.
at some point.
Wow, man.
Yeah, I mean,
hat wear is optional.
horrible posture. But I would say the biggest mark right now has to be face tattoos.
Yeah.
Man, I would like to travel around the country just studying wiggers and their natural habitats.
Mike,
Because
that's your Travel Channel show, dude.
Pepper, I think that's going to be it, dude. Because just hearing you guys describe those wiggers, there's a lot of similarities, but there's enough differences as to where I'm intrigued, where I need to see this for myself.
Yeah.
And if you meet like a legit Nolans wigger, dude, that is a whole different species because you can't understand anything they say.
Oh my
I'm from
God.
down here, and I don't understand what they're saying. It's a completely different It's a completely different
it's like
language.
Cajun.
Yeah, it's Cajun, Southern Black, and then retardation.
Yeah.
all of the same dialect.
It's a gumbo.
Yeah,
It's a combo. God
It's
damn.
a jambalaya.
Hey, Mike, it's nice
Yes,
to
sir.
have you here.
I'm happy to be here, Thomas.
I like
All right.
I like that you punch up gumbo for us.
All right,
like
this
a
is
good gumbo
this is
punch
Wigger Slam.
Okay. It's a lot of static if you're wondering if it's fucked up. Not doing anything.
Can you make out the lyrics?
Yeah, look it up. Is it called Baby Killer or Baby Eater?
No, it's called Baby Killer. So all the vocals sound like.
Yeah, that's the lyric.
That's Wigger Slam.
Okay. And the lyrics are, "Mom bought me this bike so I can hang out in Walmart parking lot."
Yeah. Ricky if you ever hit my mom again, I swear to God, I'll shoot you in the face.
My PlayStation 4 controller is missing the rubber on one joystick.
I don't know why that's funny. But that's very,
It just
very,
seems
that's very
accurate.
funny.
Dude, that's a Wigger day ruiner when your rubber goes missing.
Oh, dude, you can't lose the fucking rubber.
So, I mean, Wiggers have, as far as American culture, they have shaped a great deal of it, and I'll say it because nobody else says. I'm glad they're here. I'm glad they're here, and I appreciate the contribution to society.
100%.
I wish we could have more of them and send more Italians back.
Oh, thank you. Well, see, we don't have Italians down here. We don't have. This is gonna blow your mind. We don't have any Jews either.
I don't know that I've
none.
met a Jewish person.
The only reason I have is because I used to book comedy shows.
Yeah, and I've met Italians because my wife's whole family is Italian. But
Yeah.
other than that, not a lot.
Oh man, I'll tell you what. We'll trade places. I'll come down there to check out Wiggers. You come up here to check out our Jews.
Okay.
Deal.
I'm fascinated by Jews because I've never met them, and I don't understand why everybody hates them.
Does everybody hate him, Pepper?
Well,
Or is that? Are you projecting right now?
everybody cool.
Where did that come from?
Everybody cool hates them.
Was that in your 2009 Facebook statuses?
Yeah, Jesus. I've never met a Jew, but everybody fucking hates him.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Delete that shit from your memory.
Is Hanukkah still going on? Shout out to Scott Jacobs and Ryan Jacobs. What up, Playboys?
Are they Jewish?
Yeah.
Do you hate them?
No.
Oh, great.
No, they live in Tampa. Scott does pest control. What up?
So did Hitler. I'm sorry. I should
Oh,
not.
son of a
That was.
God damn it.
You know how earlier you said I look like you 10 years ago?
Uh-huh.
I think my joke brain works like you, but 10 years fucking slower.
Yeah, dude.
Because earlier you made the one joke ahead of me, and in my head just now I was trying to think of a pest control Jew joke that didn't sound just fucking
Mike's
terrible.
fast, dude.
Nailed it before I
Nah,
could get
dude.
there.
You're not.
If it's any consolation, I'll be the one that gets bombs sent to my house and not you.
Yeah.
See, I'm kind of jealous of that.
Well, see, I'd be
It's a pretty cool thing.
I would love to take apart a bomb, dude. That sounds like a fun afternoon.
What's the worst that people have treated you online?
Well, I recently got called an incel for the first time, so that's not fun.
Oh yeah. Okay. So, yeah, me too. This past week, we had an episode with Brian Callen that came out last week that gained a little traction on Reddit, and Pepper here, was called an incel for sure. Several times. It's so strange how like the different platforms of social media talking to each other, how vastly different the attitudes are from each one to the other one.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
But I mean, it's just normal shit, and it's not real.
Yeah,
So
yeah, sure.
It's fun. What is the worst that you've been treated, Mike?
I've gotten called faggot a bunch.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's a
I mean,
good
it's
one.
standard.
Pussy's pretty standard. A couple people have wished that Tim and our kids die.
Okay.
See, that's where I draw the line.
Yeah, if you don't have 11 kids, you should be able to keep them alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I think you deserve to keep them.
Yeah.
After 10, we got a plucking, baby killer. Some guy. What did you call that music?
I've had somebody in real life tell me that they hope my stepdaughter grows up to become a whore. So that's not cool.
Like in person?
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's to my face.
Oh,
Where did that happen?
It was a girl. It was a long story.
what? Sounds terrible.
I got ambushed by an ex-girlfriend in a parking lot.
Oh Jesus, was the stepdaughter there?
No.
Oh, okay.
And he was. And she
That's
didn't do a
shame.
goddamn
She could have learned a
thing,
valuable
so
lesson.
now we know that if my wife gets confronted with something, she'll just back down.
Oh,
It's pretty cool.
Oh.
Gotta do all the fighting.
Hey, she's a pussy.
Yeah, my wife's a total fucking pussy.
Your
My
wife's a
wife-
Your wife's a real faggot.
my faggot ass wife and her
Oh,
dumb
man.
fuck kids.
Oh, dude,
Oh, hey.
that should be a Ray Romano show.
Yeah.
My faggot ass wife.
Oh man. You ready to get into this fucking Rushmore, dude?
Oh yeah, we have a podcast to do.
Yeah, I'm ready because I got a lot of shit to talk.
Do you?
Yep.
I don't. All right. So, Mike, I know you know NuMetal.
Yep.
I know
do.
NuMetal. I'm younger than you, so I was into nu metal at a much earlier age.
Okay.
I don't think Pepper really knows what it is. I'm gonna go ahead and assume all 4 of his picks on his Rushmore of nu metal bands are not going to be nu metal bands. So we can educate him a little bit and let him talk shit because he likes really bad music, like Lo and Behold.
No, that's my old band. That doesn't count.
Yeah, really bad music. And you like who's your favorite band?
I like Bad Luck a lot.
Bad Luck, Whitechapel, like the early stuff.
Early stuff.
I don't know these guys.
Oh yeah, you shouldn't. You don't. But yeah, we're gonna do our Rushmore of nu metal.
Mm-hmm.
Pepper's gonna go first with his number 4. Then I'll do my number 4, and we'll go to you, and we'll go down to our number 1.
So I basically Googled what is nu metal and what are nu metal bands because I'm still not. I'm hoping for an explanation at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still not 100% sure what classifies a nu metal band. But according to fucking Wikipedia, this is a nu metal band, and I do like them. Rage Against the Machine.
You know what? I don't know if they. I don't know. I don't know if I would lump them in with that. However, I think my loose definition includes some rap.
Yeah.
So my top 4 have some of that, but also like a second tier that if we had time, I wanted to discuss some of them. A lot of those didn't have rap, but it was kind of like Hot Topic metal.
Yeah.
That's like a
Real quick,
subgenre.
my wife is the manager of a Hot Topic, so.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Slap
bracelets all over my fucking house. It's great.
Hot Topic metal, like before the emo scene came.
Yeah.
Like
when they still
My
sold
Chemical Romance and shit.
when they
took
still
it over.
sold CDs.
Yeah, when they still sold music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like Rage Against the Machine is like way before the nu metal wave. Like I feel like they're a lot earlier, but I could see how they would be like kind of shoved in the genre there. I could tell they could lump them in with that because they have fucking distorted guitars and rap. It's pretty much, I could see how they could be.
They did have 6 strings, and one thing that I have
Mm-hmm.
learned about nu metal, they love a goddamn 7-string.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, if you learn any new like old like early Stain songs or something like that, it's all like C# tuning. It's all lower tuning with the heavier string.
But that is why they are my number 4 because that is the most edge of the fucking limit band that I had.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who was your number 4? Stained?
No. Fuck no. My number 4 is going to be
Rage Against the Machine.
I had it pulled up.
Yeah, that was mine. Mine was
That was
Rage Against the
Pepper's
Machine.
here. Mine, I'm going to go with Taproot.
Okay. You know what? I don't remember much from them, but I do remember seeing their name a lot on like the fucking box. Do you guys remember that?
On the box.
The box was like a channel where you could pay to see a specific video.
Oh no, I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, it was like a couple dollars where like you just called like a certain number and they would play your video for you.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, they had that Poem song that was really popular in like 2000, I think, something like that. In Case of Fire, Break the Glass, that shit. But they had an album called Blue Sky Research in 2005. It's one of my favorite rock albums of all time. And I remember one street over from where we're at now, when Hurricane Katrina hit, my entire house went underwater. It was just fucking getting gutted. And I had a Walkman fucking CD player. And I had that CD and I don't even remember the other one. I think it was like a Thrice CD.
I think you
something.
brag about being in Hurricane Katrina more than anybody I know.
I don't think I ever have. You weren't even here.
Dude, it's almost every episode.
I don't think I've ever brought up Hurricane
whenever
Katrina.
my life was destroyed by
Hurricane Katrina was
and
very
then
fun.
Drew Brees came and saved my life in 2009.
I don't know if you guys know, but I got raped inside the Superdome during Hurricane Katrina. But back to Drew Brees.
There we go.
I got raped by a guy named Katrina. Now, I was walking up and down my driveway while everybody else did all the housework.
Hold on. Can you imagine like a 6'6" transvestite in New Orleans named Katrina?
Why do they got to be a transvestite?
Because
Why can't it just be a guy named Katrina?
Because it is.
Okay.
Because who else would be named Katrina with a K and a dick?
Maybe they were named after the hurricane and they were 3.
Hey.
And they fucked me.
Why don't you finish your shit?
There has to be somebody in one of the deeply affected areas from that hurricane named Katrina who's just fucking jacked and walks around with his shirt off the entire time.
Yeah, on this podcast we like to call them Katrina X.
He'll play for LSU in about 3
Yeah.
years. He will break every single record they have.
Turns out he's
whatever
Shaq's
position he
nephew.
plays.
There's some kind of fucking connection. But yeah, that CD was the only one that like survived the fucking bullshit. And so I would just walk up and down my driveway while everybody else did the manual labor and just listen to that shit on fucking repeat. So that album's like ingrained. I probably haven't heard it in over 10 years, and I'm sure it would be like hearing it yesterday if I listened to it again.
Taproot sounds like Australian slang for penis, the same way bird is like Philly slang for dick.
Sounds like fucking plants.
Yeah. Well, I'll put my hold on, let me get my Australian accent. Hello, I'll put my I can't do Taproot. Whatever. Mike, what's number 4, dude? We're not an accent show.
You know what? I'm gonna go with Limp Bizkit.
Oh right. Shit,
that's a standard, dude.
They I had a top 5, and then it was hard narrowing 5 to 4. But with 4, I'm going with Limp Bizkit. Man, they were a real nice transition from me being hardcore into rap into getting into some harder stuff, like some rock. So for me, that was like the bridge I needed to make that happen.
No, what do you think? Like, what is the heaviest band that you listen to?
I guess Slayer.
Okay. Dead Skin Mask is a fucking jam.
Yeah.
I saw Limp Bizkit live, not when you wanted to. I saw him in like 2009 or 10. Absolutely the most bare titties I've ever seen in one room. Between every song, Fred Durst is like, show us your tits, fucking flash everybody. He was pulling girls up on stage, just pointing them out and just making them take their shirts off. I was like, something feels really illegal in this room. I don't know what the fuck is happening.
That happened when I saw Motley Crue too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's gross. Vince Neil pulled his tits out?
Yeah. And I found out when I went to school the next day, because this is when I was like 13, my math teacher, who was hot as fuck and a redhead.
What's his name?
Was in the front row of that show. So there's like a 20% chance.
So you know, like third hand that they pulled tits out of the Motley Crue show?
No, I was at the
That's
Motley
a cool
Crue
fucking
show.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying you found out
she was
from
in the
him.
front row, and all the chicks in the front row were showing their tits.
Oh, so
man.
It was titties showing.
I hope so.
Yeah.
She was a very hot redhead. I'd still jerk off to her today.
Did you ever let her know that you were at that same concert?
Yeah, that's how it came up. I told her, I was like, something. Well, I didn't say it.
Oh,
so
well,
I'm bad at storytelling.
Yeah.
Hey, let's all be mad at Pepper today for not fucking telling stories.
You're really off today.
Yeah, I am, dude. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened.
I felt like I missed it because about a minute ago, the top of my roof, the roof of my mouth started itching. So I was sitting here trying to debate whether or not I could scratch it with my tongue or if I needed to put my fingers in my mouth.
Use your knife, dude.
Yeah, you know, this one is small enough. This could fit in my mouth.
Yeah, you'll thank me later, dude.
Thank
Just
you.
don't get in a car accident while that happens. So I pick my teeth with a knife all the time while my wife is driving. And she's like, please don't do that, because if I rear end somebody, that's going to end up in your skull. And I'm like, hey, roll the dice, bitch.
What a dumb thing to say, you know?
Did you tell her you have to have it out because you know she's not going to defend you if a lady pops off?
Yeah, that's definitely going to happen.
I don't want to carry toothpicks with me, but you're a fucking pussy.
We almost got into a fight at a fucking Mardi Gras parade because, hey, this is one thing I love educating people about. Hey, Mike, you know how you think Mardi Gras parades is all like titties and all that?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Mardi Gras sucks.
It's like 50-year-old women knocking down little babies to get fucking
beads,
50-cent beads,
moon pies, and shit.
And that's literally all it is. All the titty showing and shit. That's only in one very small part of New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere else, it is just
you know, like the titties you want to see.
Oh no,
it's Vince Neil titties for fucking moon pies.
Everywhere else is just like the fat drunk guy down the street that cuts his grass like once every 3 months. It's that guy standing on the side like, throw me something, man. And they just throw beads out, and he's drunk. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. People are just openly vomiting in front of you, and you're standing there with your fucking 4-year-old. They're like, we're gonna get you some beads, buddy. Chill out. And then some 50-year-old lady who's been drinking since the night before probably sees some nice beads coming and just knocks your fucking kid over. And then you have to kill like 30 people. You have to empty a magazine on a crowd. And then you're the bad guy.
Yeah.
Pepper, I do have to let you know that I do have an affinity for spunkers. So that would be right up my alley.
What is a spunker?
It's an old lady who's still going for it.
Oh.
In the bird department.
See,
Catch my drift.
That's his cock.
I'm not mad at that. Now, you don't call them cougars?
Spunker.
different.
I think Spunker is cougar. I think is more of like a 40 and 50s. Spunker, I think, is like 50 plus.
Oh, that's gross, man.
So like Meryl Streep would be a spunker.
Yes.
Okay. Why is that gross, Pepper?
Oh, because old lady. I don't. Well, I mean, hey, shout out. Well, my mom's dead. I was gonna say like.
Hey, she is dead.
So, I'm so glad that she never.
Well, your
grew
mom
up.
wasn't in her 60s, was she?
No, but she was a very horny lady, and she would have been a spunker if she would have lived.
Was she hot?
No.
No.
Pepper, was your mom hot?
No,
Tell me.
Dude. No, dude. I'm not
Fucking
gonna
tell
answer
me.
that. It's a fucking weird thing. Hey, is Karen hot? Yes.
I mean,
The answer is
she's
yes.
attractive. She has
The
my
answer
genes.
is yes.
Yeah.
So whenever she gets off her fucking ass and decides to become a spunker, let me fucking know, and I'll fill that bitch up. Okay.
I have no idea how old my mom is.
I'll fill that
I have
postmenopausal
no idea how
bitch
old
up,
my mom
dude.
is.
Hey,
She might already be spunking.
I guarantee you, Karen can suck a fucking good dick, dude.
Yeah, baby.
Karen can sing to a bird.
All right, so in this episode, we've called your wife a faggot pussy and my mom a whore.
What's your number?
What's your number 3? We're on you.
We nobody said she was a whore. He just said she was spunking.
Exactly.
Oh,
So maybe she's exclusive with who she's spunking with.
that's a great goddamn point, Mike. And I like that you respect my mom.
And I'm
I do,
saying 100%. You don't know Karen. I do. She can get it. And she, if I offered, 0% chance she turns it down. I've seen the way she looks at me.
Has she ever seen you?
Uh
Have you ever met?
huh. Yeah. She
I never
sure
got to
has
meet
seen
your
me.
dead mom. I'm very
Oh.
obsessed with her.
She has taken me in fully with her eyes.
Yeah?
Yeah. Karen's not bad either.
It's probably like, what a terrible
She can get
haircut.
it. And hey, her husband is a little pussy bitch, and I'll whoop his ass.
Dude, get your wife to fight him.
Yeah.
Tell her she could make
Yeah,
up
I'll
for
tell
it.
you what. Get your wife to fight my mom, and if she wins, you can have a shot.
How funny would it be if your mom and stepdad? This is the one episode
They listen
that
to
they're
it.
like, oh, Michael Rainey. He's
Oh my
so
god,
fucking nice guy.
they got the guy from Dad Me?
I'm just threatening him. What's his name? Brad or some shit. Might as well be.
Dale.
Might as well be Brad. Yeah. I could.
They
could
didn't
whoop
name
his
people
ass, by the way.
Brad in the fucking 40s.
Fuck you. All right, my number 3 on my Rushmore of new metal bands is, and this is another one. Don't necessarily agree the fact that it's a new metal band, but it was on the list of Wikipedia new metal bands. So I'm just gonna say it. System of a Down.
I could see I could see that. They were their own thing, but I could see how they'd be lumped in with new metal. I see that more than Rage Against the Machine.
I think so too, and I think a lot of new metal too gets lumped in with like things that seem like kind of like carnival acts.
Yep.
And I think they were one that could easily be misconstrued as that.
They were weird enough. Their jeans were baggy
Mhm.
enough. They had all that shit going for them.
I've never heard anybody like try to replicate what they did with any success at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I hear their shit and think they shouldn't have done it. So I don't think people should replicate it. But they do have some good stuff. I mean, System of a Down has some cool songs. They got some shit that I'm just like, what are we doing here? What's going on?
I actually saw them at one of my new metal bands, the band I have in top 2. I saw them open for them in Baltimore.
I've never seen
Were
System
they-
of a Down.
I've always wondered how they would be live.
They were great. They were with that band that I'll mention for my number 2, and then that band was also opening for Metallica.
Holy
Okay.
shit.
Yeah, it was a really cool show.
That is a cool
Damn.
show. My brother saw. Okay, well, you know what? I think I know what concert you're talking about. We'll get to that.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's get
I
that
think my
later.
brother might have been there. It's
Oh,
that-
dude.
I think it was the same tour, but he went to one in San Antonio. Is where
Okay.
he saw it, but I think it might have been the same lineup you're mentioning right now.
Now, hold on. I want to bring this up too.
Okay.
The only band that I've heard ever that sounds anything like System of a Down and is actually good is a band called Klepto. It is a band that I played with a few shows, and they're, I don't want to get the country wrong.
Georgia,
The country, no.
Kazakhstan.
They're Middle Eastern dudes that play like punk music, and it's kind of that same vibe, and they're really fucking good. So anybody who likes System of a Down and likes their Middle Eastern vibe, go check out Klepto. Thomas, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is, I've never seen this band, but I have seen the band that he fronts now, is Mudvayne.
Ooh.
My number 3 is be Mudvayne.
They had a lot of good. I just got to see them live one time. They were terrific, and I had a few of their albums. I still enjoy them. I recently listened to Dig again.
Oh, dude.
Cultivate's a great one.
World So Cold.
Oh yeah, it's a great one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like semi-rap in that one where it sounds like he's just fucking a bunch and fucking gibberish shit. It's great. It's fantastic.
Yeah. That's one that I left off my list, but they were one that I had in my second tier.
Yeah, I saw Hell Yeah, the band he does with Vinnie Paul. And
I haven't listened to them.
I'm not too into that at all. It's like
Vinnie Paul's dead, dude.
Vinnie Paul's not dead, but he
What?
drums for Hell Yeah.
No, Vinnie Paul's dead, dude.
Vinnie Paul's 100% not dead.
Thomas?
Oh yeah, no, he did die. He died not long ago. Yeah, okay, yeah, I saw him like 10 years ago.
I'm sorry, buddy.
I don't like Vinnie Paul.
I'm sorry.
That's my point here. Is Hell Yeah is like very not good. It's very it's like southern, like really low tuned acoustics, and they just sing about alcohol and fucking, and it's like Chad Gray from Mudvayne, but he just sings with a twang, but it's not well done. It's like it's very cheesy, like super fucking lame shit. But I saw them open for Korn, so that's why I was there. And it was like Droid, Hell Yeah, Five Finger Death Punch before they had their first album out. Like nobody knew. I think they opened the whole thing. It was before they ever released their first album. And then who knew what dog shit they were going to turn into? And then you had Hell Yeah and Korn at the end there. But Hell Yeah was really bad, but I still wanted to stick around for him because I wanted to see Chad Gray because I like Mudvayne a lot. But
he's the man. I'm going to listen to that now because I don't want to hear him doing anything but screaming, but I have to listen to him do that twang now.
They have a song literally called Alcoholin, like Haul, Holland, Alcoholin Ass. That's it.
Is
That's
Mudvayne
this
a
isn't
mask?
a joke. That's
Is Mudvayne a mask band?
No, but they're costumes.
Yeah. They had costumes, and he would occasionally wear a mask or paint his face like early on.
Yeah. Oh, what a
And he'd do
terrible
those-
idea.
Yeah, Mudvayne's. Oh yeah. Imagine like being Slipknot now, and you're fucking. Some of those guys are like 51 years old.
Well,
And they're
they
like, we
were-
got to put on this goddamn mask for the
But
next
they were-
2.5 hours.
They were way ahead of the curve for COVID, so shouts out to
Oh,
that.
great joke, Slipknot joke.
Thanks, man.
Great Slipknot joke.
I wrote, yeah. Thanks, man.
They're really, yeah. All right.
Hey, I'm coming back.
Hey.
Right?
Yep. Yeah, you're back in. Yep.
Mike, what's
I like your energy. More COVID jokes, please.
My number 3 is Slipknot.
Okay.
What? Go ahead.
I was going to say I went to go to the mask point. I went to go see them last summer, and they weren't letting people into the venue with masks.
That's
They
so
said it was
ironic.
they said it was a security risk.
So ironic.
Was that summer last year or this year summer?
Last
This
year.
past summer.
It was August of 2019. I saw them.
Got you.
They were great, man.
Oh, dude, I saw them in 2009 on the All Hope Is Gone tour.
Mhm.
And this is right after Sid died, but Joey was still in the band. And they were so fucking good. It was ridiculous how good
Yeah.
they were, sound-wise.
They're great. I mean, I'm sorry, go ahead, buddy.
No, go ahead, man.
I was going to say, I think for them, the NuMetal aspect to me was there was a lot of scratching early on
Mm-hmm.
in a lot of their shit,
Yes.
which
yes,
I've
yes,
always
yes,
felt
yes.
was kind of weird. And they, thankfully they moved away from that.
Yeah, that first album, they did a lot. There was a lot of DJ shit going on that first album.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind that as long as it's tasteful. As long as it's tasteful scratching, I really don't mind it.
When I saw them in 2009, they beat the dog shit out of each other on stage. There was two
Oh,
of
that's
them
cool.
had baseball bats. Corey Taylor got tackled like in the middle of a song. They were just getting the shit beat out of them. And they had on the floor, they had a line of stretchers like paramedics around the floor. This is in Pensacola. And I saw like 2 or 3 of those get put to use. And then we saw one guy who was in the it wasn't that. It was probably, I'd say 12 to 15 feet from the floor to the first stands. Just full sprint down the stairs and just swan dive over the rail onto the fucking floor. And nobody caught him.
Oh, damn.
Just hit, I mean, dude, it was a terrifying scene. And I was in, this is 2009, so I was in 10th grade. and we skipped school to drive to Pensacola and get to that concert early. And the whole time I'm watching these just like men 30 years older than me literally get carried out on fucking stretchers because they don't know how to like behave themselves.
Mhm.
And I'm 16. Like, should I make that jump? They're incredible.
Would it be fair to say that you were waiting to bleed?
There we go.
Yeah, he got it. Yes.
It's 2.
I'm waiting on you because you said you were gonna sneak one in,
Dude, I'm
and you were
to.
just you're 8 steps
I
behind
know,
today.
man. I'm trying to. Number one, I feel like Mike hasn't said nearly enough on this episode. I feel like we have monopolized the talking on this episode, and I'm starting to feel
Not at all.
that. And then number 2, I'm just
Hey.
I am that retarded.
Quality over quantity. Whenever he chips in, he punches everything up.
Peppy, you just said something that I feel like I say on a regular basis, and it's refreshing to hear other people say that I am that retarded.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I constantly have to reaffirm that to people. People are like, why didn't you get this done? Look, I really am this retarded.
Yeah. I constantly have to, especially at work. People be like, why did you do this the way you did it? And it's like, hey, listen, did I get it done? I sure did. And you might not agree with the method that I got it done, but it's the only way I can do it because I'm retarded. And when I look at numbers on a sheet of paper, they turn into monsters and they try to eat me. So I have to break it down in a way where that doesn't happen. So shut the fuck up. It got done. Quality is so shut the fuck up. Don't show this to our clients, please. My number 2 on my Rushmore new metal bands is this is definitely going to be on somebody's list.
Okay.
I am going to put it at 2 because I have a clear number 1.
I don't think it will because I feel like you don't have a whole big concept on what new metal is.
You know what? What do they do in Illinois? They shoot people and they grow corn.
And they eat deep
corn
dish pizza.
is my number 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're just a fucking freak on a leash, huh?
Yeah, you got it right, dude.
All right.
So in the video game Gran Turismo 4, I think it was, there were hidden music videos that you could unlock in the video game.
Okay.
One was Fear Factory, and that band sucks dick. And the other one was a Korn video.
Yeah.
And I'd spent a lot of time driving trying to get that Korn video, and I finally got it, and it was Freak on a Leash, a video that I'd already seen like a ton of times. But watched it a bunch after that because I earned it.
Yeah, I mean, I got to see them live at that concert I was just talking about with Hell Yeah, and they were pretty fucking good. And they had an album when I was like 12 or 13. I don't remember the name of it. They had a song called Tearjerker on it. It was a good fucking – it was like after they had jumped the shark. They had some pop songs on there essentially. And I was like, damn, this is actually pretty good front to back, but I'm not going to tell my friends I think that. It had that's the one with a Twisted Transistor, Coming Undone. It was like really popular.
Yeah.
Was
really
it
popular album.
Was that Here to Stay?
No, I don't think so. I feel like it was called like The Other Side or some shit like that.
Oh, okay.
But I know Twisted Transistor and Coming Undone were like really popular songs and probably the worst songs on that CD, but there was some good ones on there.
My friend J.C. Radcliffe has an incredible joke in his stand-up comedy routine about Jonathan Davis getting raped by his stepdad. So I would encourage all listeners to go check out J.C. Radcliffe and his Jonathan Davis material.
Is it on YouTube?
Nope. You're gonna have to.
Where are they gonna go check it out?
You're gonna have to call him and ask him to tell you what it is. But I heard it once and I thought it was kind of
worst
fun.
plug of all fucking time.
Can you give him my email address and have him type it out to me because I really want to hear it?
I would get him to transpose his act, and I'll have him send it to you. He's not well organized enough to do a comedy special or anything like that.
All right, we don't.
But hey, he did find a daughter that he had for 12 years and didn't know about, and now it has turned his whole life around. So hey, let's all give it up for J.C. Radcliffe.
Hey, would it be fair to say he's a dad now? Did I do it right? I tried. Okay, I don't know how that works.
No.
All
Yeah,
right, I'm new to this.
me and Mike were.
I was just trying to beat Pepper to it.
Me and Mike sat here for a second and we're like, "Whoa, wait, is that actually really smart?" And we're just not getting it. And then I was like, "Oh no! Thomas is retarded. He doesn't know how the whole joke works."
Yeah,
that's
but
what's happening.
I was going to say, considering he hadn't seen his daughter for so long, would it be fair to say he was blind?
God damn it! Oh, so it's like all right.
Yeah, it's multi-layered.
Yeah, it's more layered than I was going for.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he found out he's a dad, but there's more to it. I get it.
It's the most retarded thing you could think of in a given moment.
Yeah. Would it be fair to say it's retarded?
See, no.
No, see, I didn't do it. That's 2 on the nose again. I'm going to figure this out. We got a little bit of time.
Yeah,
Pepper, you haven't even given it a shot. I don't want to hear your shit. I'm talking to the fucking master.
You don't know my brain.
I'm talking to the master
right now. You don't know my fucking
now.
brain. My brain the entire time has been like,
your brain's 8 steps behind.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm fucking stupid. I'm like this computer right here. This piece of shit computer, just call that my fucking brain. Yeah, you click something and then you're just like, is it really not responding? Hold on. Let me click it again.
Hey, Mike Rainey, have you ever heard of the band Flaw?
No.
Okay, that's my number 2. We don't have to spend any time on it at all. What's your number 2?
My number 2 is Korn.
Ooh.
Yeah, they were. I actually have a Korn tattoo. Like Korn was all I thought about from like 1998 to like 2001 ish.
Who's your favorite member? I always feel like that shows a lot about a person.
I would probably say Head.
Okay.
And
yeah,
super interesting guy for a lot of reasons, but one, I'm interested in anybody that's been addicted to meth.
Sure.
And then also he gave his life up to Christ, but he's still in the band.
How great is our God?
We
also, his name is synonymous with blowjob. That's cool.
Yeah, that is pretty sick.
I had a dog named Head after him.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd that dog look like?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Was he oh God, no, are you ready? That's a blind lyric from Korn. You idiot. Jesus Christ. But hey, when you took that dog for a walk, would it be fair to say he was a freak on a leash?
Yes, you nailed it.
You did it. Oh my God. Look at you, man.
I had to get there. Hey, 3 strikes and I'm out, and I hit that motherfucker on a full count.
I'm so jealous.
I feel
like that was a softball by Mike. Dude.
Yeah. Well, you made it a lot funnier because we were coming off your like really stupid not getting the "Are you ready" reference.
Yeah.
Dude, that was awesome, Thomas.
Thank you, man. Fuck, I was gonna say something too. Oh, I remember when I did
stop
see.
talking now, dude.
To bring the fucking words together, whenever I did see Korn at that concert I've referenced 8 times already on this episode, Joey Jordison from Slipknot was actually drumming for him. It was the tour where he was filling in.
Oh, yeah.
So I got to see him with Joey Jordison.
Yeah, he's the man, dude. It was a bummer the way that happened. The Korn drummer, he had some weird nerve thing. I think it's like, it wasn't anything that you would think of was relative to drumming, but I think he had like a fucked up rib that was like impinging upon a nerve, which fucked up his whole arm.
Oh,
so yeah,
just a pussy.
It's the story of Adam and Eve.
You should get your wife to fight him. But yeah,
man.
dude. But yeah, they're my second, and I love them. I still think they're great.
Yeah.
This is a little peek behind the curtain of musicians, but in my experience across the board, drummers by far are the most emotionally unstable people in a band. I know a lot of people would think, lead singers or guitar players. It's always drummers.
That Korn album from 2005 was called "See You on the Other Side."
Okay.
It's a great album.
Yeah, I checked out on them by then, and I'm pretty sure. Yeah, whatever fucking Here to Stay was on. Like that was the last time I bought.
2002-ish.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, because I remember 2005. Like I remember really enjoying that CD. "See You on the Other Side," and I mean, 2005. I was 12, but I remember like at 12 thinking, "Oh, I can't tell my friends how much I like this CD because it wasn't cool to like Korn anymore. Like it had already fallen off." And I was like, "Oh, I'm embarrassed that I like this album so much," and that sucks.
Yeah.
But as a 12-year-old, that's kind of how your fucking brain thinks. Now I'd be like, "Hey, fuck you, Korn is this shit."
Dude, I had a similar experience with Green Day because up until like 90, 95, all I listened to was rap. And that's what I wanted people to know me as liking. So I liked the Green Day song. So I went and they had Dookie was out, and they also had an EP that was out. So I got both of those, and I would hide those CDs under my dresser in case any friends came over and saw that I liked something other than rap.
Yeah, Dookie's a great fucking album too.
What's the real quick? What is to this day? What is the most embarrassing CD that you ever bought?
Oh fuck!
Or cassette?
That's a never mind.
Dude, that's a great question, man. I might have to think about that more because.
I'll give you mine real quick while you think about
Go
it.
ahead.
It was the very first cassette that I ever bought, and I petitioned my aunt to buy it for me because I was so young I didn't have the money to. But it was a boy band called Five.
Yeah, I remember 5.
You remember Five?
Yeah.
Do you remember Five, Mike?
I do not know.
Well, you weren't a kid or a pedophile at this time, so that makes a lot of sense. and I'm
Philip
glad you
Rivers
said
is
that.
very aware of 5.
Yeah. They were, I mean, much like NSYNC or Backstreet Boys,
O-Town.
they just never really made it. And but they had some fucking banger ass songs. They had a basketball song where it was slam dunk the funk, get it up, got that feeling, slam dunk the funk, get up, that yeah.
Nick
It was
Carter
really
got
good.
unmasked on Masked Singer last night
No shit.
from Backstreet Boys.
Hold on, dude.
Yeah.
Hold on. Are we spoiling it for everybody right now?
Oh yeah, sorry guys.
Oh, son of a bitch, dude.
Leanne
told you
Rhymes
about
won the
that
whole
shit.
thing.
Damn.
Leanne does not rhyme. Would it be fair?
She does. She's a
Son
fucking
of a
singer.
bitch.
Of course she rhymes, you idiot.
I really
She's
hope
the youngest person to ever win a fucking Grammy.
besides.
She was 13.
Oh, that doesn't count. That's a pedophile.
What?
Whoever-
13-year-old can't be a pedophile.
Whoever gave
You
it
fuck
to her
another
is a
kid and you're
pedophile.
just kids.
If you
doing
give somebody
kid
a
shit.
Grammy, you want to fuck them. That's 100%.
If you're 13 and you fuck an 8-year-old, are you a pedophile?
Yes. No.
You're weird.
Yes, it's sexual assault for sure. I don't know if it's pedophilic.
I don't know why I'm on trail right now.
Trial? Is that
My
what
number
you're saying?
1 is Trapped.
Did you mean to say trial and you didn't say the word right?
My
so you're
number
moving
1's
on?
Trapped.
Okay. I don't know why you're on trail either.
I'm on number 1 is Trapped.
Trapped's
because
not
I
nu
feel
metal at
trapped
all.
in this conversation. Hey, on Wikipedia's NuMetal page, they were on there.
Okay, that's weird. I feel like
So-
that was like way later.
Whenever are you aware of what Trap's been up to past year or so, Mike?
No, but I love their single, Headstrong.
Hey, take you on.
Yeah.
What, Thomas, tell Mike what Trap's been up to while I go pee real quick.
Oh, wait, are they arguing with people online?
Oh,
Yeah. Well,
yes, they are,
it's
Mike.
not even they. It's him. It's Chris
Brown.
the singer.
Chris Brown, not the one who beat his girlfriend, the one that's
Yeah.
addicted to opiates and is the lead singer of Trap.
And only reason we say he's addicted to opiates is because he's very clearly on opiates. He's a huge Trump guy, which who gives a fuck? But that's the basis for every argument he has every 30 seconds on Facebook and Twitter.
Uh-huh.
And now he's switched to Parler, which is like
Okay.
the conservative
Oh, yeah.
Facebook. But
I forgot to follow. My bad.
But the thing about Parler is now it's like a trend on Parler, which is kind of surprising because you think they would be all in support of him over there.
Mhm.
But it's like a trend to where there's thousands of fake Trapped accounts showing up. And they're just starting all these, like, they're just dropping the N-word. They're starting all these crazy stories, and all these news sites are picking up those stories as if they're real because the guy
Oh,
from Trapped is so fucking retarded that these news sites are like, oh, yeah, he definitely said these things. Look at what he said 3 months ago.
Oh,
So
my God.
it's like now it's like a movement. But we actually had him. I opened for him at a show about 5 or 6 years ago. And he was the worst. He was terrible. He wouldn't get out of his car. He wouldn't talk to anybody. He was making the openers like set up his shit. People he had never met, not people he brought. People that worked at this bar. He was just so rude. He was a fucking asshole. And we had him on this podcast a few months ago, and I called him out on it.
What did he say?
Oh, not he didn't like me one bit. It was pretty fucking awkward because he gave me some bullshit answer like, oh, I was hungover. I remember that night specifically. And then I was like, yeah, but it's still not cool, like how you treated the opener and like the shit you said. And he was like, yeah, man, you love it when the venue wants to help you out, man. It's really cool. And I was like, no. That's not what happened. I'm like, this guy didn't work for the venue. He did not want to help you out. Like you forced your hand. It was a power move. And he's like, yeah, I mean, you know, it's how it is. He was just like playing it off. And then all the way to the end of the episode, it was pretty fucking awkward because Pepper turned on me. He's
trying to fart right now.
trying. It's not happening.
You rascal.
But, yeah, Pepper turned on me. He was immediately like, yeah, this Chris is right, man. He don't know that guy. He doesn't have to be fucking. I was like, what is happening?
We were
And
playing
then
Good Cop, Bad Cop.
At the end of the episode, afterwards, Pepper claims we were playing Good Cop, Bad Cop. I just wasn't in on it. But at the end, I was still like, hey, man, I just want you to know that, like, I'm really not satisfied with your answer from earlier. You're acting like an asshole. Like, there's no way around it. And but the whole time we talked to him on video, I don't think we ever released the video of it. But he was very clearly I mean, he did it laying in his bed, like laying on his pillow, fucking barely. I mean, he was on whatever the fuck you could be on to not be there, to not be present.
It's also from Ohio. That's like the perk capital of the world.
Yeah. Oh, it was an awkward experience. I'm glad we got to talk to him, but it was weird. It was strange. But that guy's not a good guy.
Damn.
And I loved their first 2 albums. Not even just the single Headstrong. When I was a kid, I loved their fucking music. And it just turns out that guy sucks. Fuck you, Chris Brown. Except for the one that hit Rihanna. You're cool. You could dance. What?
That's my number 1.
Chris Brown?
Yeah, I like Headstrong.
Oh, Trapped.
Thomas, what's your number?
Their music's
1?
Their music's fine. Asshole.
You just spent the last 10 minutes shit on him.
My number 1 was Slipknot. We went through it
okay.
earlier, but I was saving it. But Iowa, I think, is one of probably the perfect new metal album, and the first album's really, really good. But Iowa is flawless, front to fucking back.
Agreed.
I want to slit your throat and fuck the wound, push my face in and feel the swoon. Pepper.
It's not as good as Whitechapel lyrics, but okay.
Hey, Mike, what's your number 1?
Bad episode. It's our fault, 100%.
No, it's not our fault, Pepper. It's your fault.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, great episode.
My number 1 is my favorite band, Deftones.
Yeah. When I called Pepper earlier and asked him if he knew who NuMetal was, that was one of the examples that was laid out.
Yeah. Mike, please explain Deftones. I have a rebuttal at some point, but
I think where they get lumped in with NuMetal is that there was a bunch of rapping, especially with the first album, and on the third album there's some rapping.
Yeah. Which one was White Pony?
Yeah, that was the third one.
Yeah, that was a really good album.
Yeah, and he raps on Back to School on that one.
Yep.
But since then I think they've kind of they're one of the few bands that can maintain their popularity while changing their sound over time, which I think is very cool.
One thing you've said consistently through this episode is lumped in with new metal, as if new metal is not a genre that one would want to be associated with. Speak on that, Michael.
I think new metal is typically something that people think of fingering ladies in hot clubs
or dudes
or gentlemen with your slap bracelets on.
Yes.
And I think the further from that people can get, I think most people would like to get away from that.
Yeah. I noticed none of us said Linkin Park either, and that was one of the first ones that came to mind.
I would say that they're not my favorite new metal band, but I would say, like, if I had to pick one band that was most emblematic of new metal, I think they would be it.
Yeah, Hybrid Theory. I mean, because it's rap, there's some screaming, there's some heavier songs, and then there's a fucking ballad that lets you know that you also like to
be gay.
Eat male ass.
Gay,
yes.
man.
Yeah. I do have some honorable mentions. By the way, My Own Summer was like the first guitar riff I learned to where I thought I was really fucking cool, so I just played it every time I picked up a guitar, no matter what the place was.
Let me speak on
that's
Deftones
awesome.
real quick.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
I was first introduced to Deftones.
I do have to pee.
On either Dave Mirra's Freestyle BMX or Dave Mirra's Freestyle BMX 2. It was a song, I don't know the title of it, but it was I should know now. You know that song?
Say it one more time.
I should know now.
It's probably changed.
Thomas said pasture. I don't know what it was.
Oh, passenger.
Could have been.
Okay.
So I found out later that's basically all their songs. And this was probably 2 or 3 years ago. A friend of mine hit me up and was like, "Hey, I need a favor." And I was like, "What's up?" He was like, "I need you to go with me to a show." I was like, "What show is it?" He was like, "You're not gonna like it, but I'm pulling a friend card." He was like, "It's Deftones." I was like, "Fuck, okay." So I mean, he got really good tickets, but he needed me to come to be. He's a photographer. He needed me to come like be his camera bitch.
Uh-huh.
So, Deftones played. The band that opened up was so fucking bizarre. It was a hardcore band called Code Orange.
Oh, they're great.
Yeah, you fucking know Code
Everybody
Orange?
knows Code Orange. They just did an album with Corey Taylor
What
last
the
year.
fuck? Okay.
That's not an obscure band. They're a very popular band.
Okay. I guess. I don't know. I'm not used to hardcore bands being famous.
Yeah, they
But
just did an album
um,
with Corey Taylor on the whole fucking album last year.
Watching a crowd, being me and watching a crowd enjoy the Deftones is, I mean, I could not imagine hell being any worse.
Oh my God, Pepper.
I disagree strongly.
It is just
Come on, man.
The whitest, trashiest people, like full on, without a care in the world, just headbanging, and just meth falling out of pockets everywhere. And this is in New Orleans too, so it's like a whole new level. Because New Orleans, the entire goddamn city is white trash.
I'm into it. Not New Orleans, but Deftones.
I don't like Deftones at all.
Passenger, Elite, the Nerva, Hole in the Earth.
I
don't give
lazy.
a fuck.
I think they're lazy musicians.
What do you think's lazy about it?
It's don't da da doom da 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 doom.
I will say, your impressions are. I will say that there
It's
are
verbatim a song.
There
Thomas.
are times when a new Deftones song, I will say this, when a new Deftones song comes out, especially like in the last 15 years, where before I hear it, I'm like, okay, I know what that sounds like. Like they kind of pigeonholed into a very specific thing that they like to repeat.
Agreed. But
I also could be way off on that.
I know like 5 people that Deftones is their favorite band. So they're doing something right. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm saying that's my opinion. I am wrong. I am wrong.
Retarded.
Because I know like 5 people where that's their favorite band.
Yeah.
So I can't argue with that.
Yeah, well, I think maybe you need to change
Is that a Deftones song?
in the House of Flies.
Okay. You forgot to say, would it be fair to?
Parentheses.
I just want to be away from you and Pepper, and I don't care where, just far.
There we go.
Hey, man, can I come with you? I'll just be a passenger.
Yeah. Well, I've always thought of you as being elite, Thomas. So
Thanks, man. I don't even need to use yours. I'll bring my own summer.
Dave Murray's freestyle BMX too.
That was a stretch.
Okay.
No, mine was a stretch, not yours. You just need to fall into a hole in the earth. You know any Deftones songs? Can you
No,
make
I
any
don't.
references?
I know Dave Murray's freestyle BMX too.
Going back to Code Orange, like I didn't realize like they had won Grammys and shit, because like when I first heard their song was like last year, and the song I listened to was When I'm King, and I was like, Tim, like we should have this as our theme song.
Yeah.
And then I like looked them up more, and it was like, oh wow, they're way out of our league, and we would definitely get sued.
Have you listened to My World? We've played that song a ton on this show.
Yeah, like
I don't think
twice.
so.
It is out of all their songs, it's probably, well, I don't know. I haven't really given them a full listen. I don't know. Do you listen to hardcore? Because you know there's like a huge hardcore scene in Philly.
You know what? I'm retarded to just about everything around me.
Yeah.
So I mean, it really fucking. I'll discover things like 20 years after they've been out.
I'll send you one band in particular that I think you might like. It's a band called Incendiary. Thomas likes them.
They do Aleister Black's theme song in the WWE.
I watched a video. I think it's what's like a popular like hardcore channel that they film at concerts.
Hate 5-6.
Yeah, that was it, and it was at the Electric Factory, and the fucking John Joseph. He's the lead singer of
Cro-Mags.
Yeah, I watched them perform, and I thought they were great.
Yeah.
Is
But
he
that's-
really? Do you like that guy?
No, not particularly.
Okay, never mind. That guy's given us like so much fucking love on Rushmore podcast in the last week.
Who?
John Joseph Cromag
Oh yeah,
on Instagram.
yeah.
Yeah, like he's all the clips Brian Callen's posted of us. He's commented on every single one of them over the past week.
I don't particularly like him.
I didn't know who he was.
What?
I thought he made bikes.
No,
I thought he made bikes.
All right.
Well, dude, he's a triathlete.
That's
So
what it
he's
is.
always on
Because
bikes.
I went to his profile. I was like, okay, he's a bike manufacturer.
No, he's-
Like, do we want to have a bike guy on the
he's a
show? Because
hardcore
he's been,
vocalist.
yeah, he's been giving us a lot of fucking love over the last week. And I was like, oh, dude, he makes bikes. I'll
Hey.
talk to that guy.
Thomas, edit this part out.
Okay.
Where I said that I don't particularly like.
Oh
him
no,
3
I'm
times.
clipping that. I'm tagging him. He obviously follows our Instagram. I'm gonna fucking tag him.
I mean, he's been on road. And shit.
Oh, okay.
Who gives?
Get some free bikes out of it.
Well,
Well, I will.
I feel like this
He's
is
giving you
this is
shit.
the end of our journey. I promise if we ever do this again, I won't, for some weird reason, feel like I have a concussion. And
Hey, Mike, I think me and you were on. I think it was a good show, and
I loved it.
I enjoyed talking to you.
I love talking to you guys, man, and I look forward to we can do it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thomas, I think you, in my humble opinion,
Yeah.
yes,
man.
I think you talk too much.
Would it?
On this episode specifically.
Okay.
I think episodes are better whenever you're asleep and I'm the one talking.
Yeah. Well, I think I felt like I had to carry a lot more weight because you were very slow.
Oh, that's a fat joke. That's
you were very slow.
That's over the line.
All right. If you ever need half a retard and me on Dad Meat, holler.
No doubt, buddy. I love you guys.
Love you. Oh shit, he said it first. We always end with love you. He said it first.
I'm throwing it at you.
Do it,
Suck
love
it.
you.
Love you.
Love you.
Fat gay retard.